Good morning. Welcome back to Borderview Farms. New project today. If you watched my last video, remember we got the combine out of the shop. It's in the back and needs to go to the John Deere dealer. Probably should do that today. The roads are actually in pretty good shape. Maybe later. Anyway, we're going to start working on this tractor here today. Hopefully be able to power wash outside this afternoon, get stuff cleaned up a little bit. First thing I got to do is write down the hours and see what all we got to do for it for service stuff. So I'm going to get the book out, check how many hours we got, see how many we put on it this year, and yeah, we'll start seeing what we got to do. 4820. Now I want to look at the filters that we changed last year, because that will tell me how many hours was on it last time we serviced it. 4566, and look at the date, 2/25/19. That means I'm almost 2 months ahead of schedule on this tractor. So that means we only put 254 hours on this tractor this year. That's not very many, and this tractor probably benefited the most from all the prevent plant acres that we had last year, because we just didn't have the acres of crops planted, so we didn't need to use it as much. Normally we'd be putting somewhere between 350 and 400 hours a year on this tractor. So hey, it's not a terrible thing. It means that we're going to change the oil a little bit short of the interval, which is 375 hours on this tractor, but that's okay. So I'm going to go through the book here in the records and see when the last time we did things like hydraulic oil was, and the hub oil in the front axle and that kind of stuff that's not an annual change, to see if that needs to be done this year. If not, this one will go pretty quick. Looks like our 1,500 hour service was done at 3853 engine hours on 1/5 of 17. Since we're at 4820, that's basically 1,000 hours, meaning nope, it's not due. So we're going to do all of our annual maintenance that we would normally do. Even some of it may not need to be done because it's only 250 hours, but we're going to do it anyway. So fuel filters, engine air filters, engine oil filter, and cab air filters will all get changed and done. We'll check the hub oil and the front hubs, but it does not need to be changed. And do a thorough cleaning, grease the fan drive. Yeah. Grease it. Grease the ILS and the 3-point hitch. Hopefully we'll get this tractor in and out this week. It won't take real long. There are a few shields that need to come off of this. Nothing like the combine. But this black one there I'll take off. These ones on the side of the fan and the engine there will come off. And then the cover on the back of the cab. And I think that's about it. Okay, I got all the shields off that we need to. I'm also going to pull that GPS receiver off the top. And this tractor's actually got our old display in it. It's 2600. But we did use it to record our wheat planting records, because this tractor planted wheat this fall. So I need to download the data off that display. I have not done that yet, so I'm going to work on that too. Just to give you an idea how old this technology is, this tractor, this display, uses a compact flash card. Seriously? Actually, I think we got it in 2009, so it's really only 10 years old, but technology in these displays has come a long ways in the last 10 years. We don't use this display for much. Usually I don't document anything with it. It happened to be in here when we were doing wheat this fall, planting wheat, but usually we just use it for guidance and for running the auto steer and stuff, and not actually recording anything, and it works good for that. Well, I'm waiting for this to upload. In case you were wondering, yeah, we had a pretty good weekend skiing this weekend with my family. It was a good time. Nobody got hurt, which is good. They actually did have some snow, so that was nice. My now 1- and 3-year-old children, we had our ups and downs. It was a little bit rough, but we did all right. The worst part of the trip was that the house that we had rented to stay in, I'm pretty sure that whoever was there before us had a cat, because I'm allergic to cats, and I was miserable all weekend when we were in the house. But we'll get over that. No big deal. So it was a good time. Well, as per usual, plans change fast around here. I was talking to Dad. He's got stuff going on this afternoon. He's got some errands to run. So if I take that combine up to the John Deere dealer, I'm going to need somebody to pick me up. Therefore, we're going to do it now because roads are dry, sun's shining, it's a nice day, and it's got to get done. So, chance of some freezing rain and stuff tomorrow. I don't want to have to do it then. So, we're going to do that now. So, let's get it out and drive it up there. And here I thought you guys were going to have to look at the combine in today's video. Sorry about your luck. Oh no! Footprints! Okay, we're off. Dealer is about, what is it, 35, 40 miles, so take me an hour and a half to get there. I bet it'll happen pretty quick, because just like that, we're here. See? Told you that would be a quick trip. Alright, I'm just going to put this combine right in the barn in the back, because I don't think they're going to get to it here right away, and that's fine, but I want it to be in, so, yeah, that's where it's going. Okay, Dad picked me up from John Deere dealer up there. We got the combine delivered. They're probably going to have it for a while. I doubt they get around to get it in their shop real quick, but that's no problem. It's sunny, about 40 degrees out. I am going to take this tractor out and power wash this afternoon. So I'll probably set my GoPro up, do a little time lapse. You guys can watch that. This won't take real long. Tractors are a whole lot easier to wash than a combine. So we'll get all the heavy dirt and everything off of it, bring it back inside, change oils, all that stuff. Probably tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. And then I will go over it with a hose and a pail or well, at least foam it and stuff later to get it kind of the final clean. But I want to get all the heavy stuff off so we're not getting the floor all dirty in here, or at least not as bad as we did with the combine. So that's today's plan. All right, let's do this. There's a GoPro. There's a dirty tractor. There's me and a power washer. Yay. Well, I think I got her pretty good. There was quite a bit in the back here, but looks decent. I'm sure I'll need to, like I said before, scrub it down with a foam cannon in the shop and a hose and just or a power washer in there maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Clean stuff up one more time, but good enough for what I'm doing with the power washer, so I'm going to put it back in the barn here. Now I get to clean up the concrete. Done. Hey guys, we gotta talk. So I was in here this morning and my Uncle Phil was in here. If you've watched my videos since harvest, you'll know that my Uncle Phil does a lot of our grain handling, hauling, trucking, runs our dryers and stuff during harvest. Him and I work together quite a bit in harvest because I was running the combine, he was hauling grain. But since harvest, we haven't worked together a lot. I'm in the shop and he's out there hauling grain. Well, right now he's hauling wheat up to Quincy, I believe, Star of the West. And turns out one of you saw our truck sitting in line up there and decided to go say hi. Not really a big deal. But it isn't me. I don't haul corn or the grain or wheat, corn, anything really outside of harvest. And I didn't do any in harvest this year either. Yeah. I haven't really addressed the whole YouTube video thing with Phil. Not that I think he would be upset about it by any means. Just, he's kind of a don't put stuff out there to get criticized kind of guy, which I don't really feel like that's what I'm doing anyway, but I could see where this might be an issue. So he says to me, hey, somebody came up and talked to me about your YouTube videos. And I'm like, uh-oh. That was all good. No big deal. Just, you guys are going to get me in trouble. Cleaned up that other GPS receiver that I took off this tractor. Got that put away. Next thing I want to do here is get all the filters out for this tractor that we're going to need. Engine oil, fuel, air filters. Well, this pile's not very big. The only thing I'm not changing is hydraulic oil filters. It just doesn't take as much as the combine does. So I'm going to change the air filters right now. I'm not going to do the fuel or engine oil because I need to take the tractor out and let it run for a little bit before we change oil in it. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. Phil's back there. I can't see it real well, but he's got the truck out there. He's putting air in the tires on a semi. So engine air filters are changed. I only wrote a 1 once, just on the inner filter before I caught it and had to write 20. Next ones I want to do, or one that I want to do, is this cab air filter. And it's inside this cover here and always is pretty dirty in there. Let's see what we got today. Yeah, definitely dirty. Might not be as bad as it's been in the past, just because we don't have as many hours. Yeah, that might be the cleanest this filter's ever been when I've taken it out. Usually the dirt is just falling off of it. I'm changing it anyway. Part of the reason these filters aren't terribly dusty and dirty is probably because we didn't work in any dusty conditions this year. Every time we were in the fields working, whether it was planting, this tractor we've been planting beans, or planting wheat, or the little bit of tillage that we did do with it, it was muddy. It was wet, and we weren't making dust. And when you're not making dust and there's not dust flying in the air, it doesn't get sucked into the filters as much. Therefore, they stay a little cleaner. Doesn't mean I want to do it that way, but we didn't have a choice this year. Some of you are probably going to tell me that I should just blow that filter out, put it back in there and keep running it. And you're probably right. But here's the thing. I know what that filter looks like after a normal year's use, where we, have some dry ground and we put all of our crops in and have a normal number of hours on this tractor. And I hope that that's the kind of year that we have this coming year. And so knowing that and what that filter can look like when we do get normal use, yeah, I want to start with a fresh one. So for the couple of bucks that I would save by running that filter for another year or half a year and then having to change it, not that big a deal. We'll just put new stuff in and go. So one more filter that I need to change, and it's the one that goes in the cab. This little square one kind of goes in a cover back in behind the seat. So I'm going to do that one. Okay, air filters are changed. It's almost 4:30. I'm gonna go work on the computer. Actually, I'm gonna keep working on my decade in review video that I promise it's coming. I just don't know when. Hopefully sometime this week I'll be able to get that out. Yeah. Tomorrow's plan, change the oil in this, do the other major service stuff. We've got to change fuel filters, engine oil and filter. I'm going to pull off the outside front dual so I can check the hub oil on the hubs there. Yeah, I don't know what else needs to be done. I think we have a tire issue with this rear tire here. If you guys watching one of my tillage videos when we first started doing some disking with this tractor this fall, this outside tire was flat or pretty close to it. It looks that way again. So we need to maybe troubleshoot a little bit, see if it's a valve stem that's leaking or something, or what we want to do with it. These tires are not in great shape as it is. I don't know if you guys can see, this one in here has got a big cut in the tread. They're kind of all stubble damaged and just, the tractor's got 4,800 hours on it, which isn't terrible on a set of tires. And there is some tread left to them. They are not completely worn out, but I'm not impressed. Titan tires, no good. Not happy with them, really. But I don't know that we really want to replace them. Like I said, they do still have a little bit of life left in them as long as we can make that one over there hold some air. So we'll see what we got to do with that too. Anyway, that'll be the end of today's video. So thanks for watching, guys. Channel's kind of exploded in the last couple of weeks. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are still enjoying stuff. If you have questions, comments, leave them down below. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on Twitter, although I will admit I haven't been posting stuff to any of those lately. However, if you want to find me there and send me messages or whatever, I do see them. So anyway, have a good night, guys. We'll see you in the morning.